taking forever. Yeah, episode 11. Well, we've had a lot go on in the last little while. I hope you guys caught episode 9 and 10. Little different, right? Got some arm wrestling clips in there I was telling you guys about. There's a lot of feedback in person to get some arm wrestling footage on there, and I don't know, the feedback is a little bit interesting. I don't know if maybe I'm out of the algorithm on YouTube or what, but it definitely didn't hit like the last prior ones, and it could be the fact being that I have been pretty late lately on getting a video uploaded every week. Like, it's tough when you've got work taking up a lot of your time and house to worry about. And I actually just acquired another pickup truck here, 2006 6-liter. I threw that through a out of province inspection, because when you bring a truck in from another province, so I obviously in Saskatchewan, I bought it in Alberta, Edmonton to be more specific. You have to put it through a safety, and well, that proved to be an interesting one. Have to do a box on it, rear brakes, fender flares, mud flaps, steady bearing, rear sway bar bushings, da. So we're spending a little money there, and then come out the other day from arm wrestling practice and go to get after it when I'm leaving, and the whole truck just quits, and then it won't fire. And now what I'm starting to learn is that the 6-liter, I'm not new to the diesel world, but I'm new to 6-liters, and they are an extremely finicky motor. So we are currently in the process. I have it at a shop after towing it around town a bunch of times. I'm currently in the process of having a mechanic pressure up the oil rail, hook and air fitting in there, and basically he's going to listen to that oil rail, and he's going to be able to tell with a stethoscope. He's going to be able to tell me if it's an O-ring on the standpipe, an O-ring on an injector, H-pop. So we'll see. We've had an interesting week. This truck actually dropped an injector on me 4 or 5 days ago now. That was an interesting one, because technically you're not supposed to drive your truck with a dropped injector. I chanced it and drove it for an hour afterwards to get it to a shop, because I didn't think paying a couple $1,000s for the hook was justified. So we checked things over, didn't have any excessive blow-by, which was perfect. It was actually number 1 injector that failed. So we got that replaced. I got the mechanics to run an overhead on it, set the valves, set the jakes. That's why right now it's so freaking snappy. Oh yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about right there. So, yeah, without further ado, episode 11, y'all. Hope you enjoy it. Start off today, talk a little bit about what we're doing here. We've been busy laying up a plant, so we've been cleaning everything, vessels, the tanks, everything, cleaning everything. Today we are on a different job. We are heading to a plant that they are doing what we call a hydro test. And what a hydro test is so say this is the tank right here, okay? Essentially what they've done is they've made repairs to said tank. Whether it's they replaced the floor, or they did some patching, put a new roof on it because the roof broke, or something of the sort. And then what they do is to deem it safe for use or to put into production, They fill this tank with water, and essentially then what happens is when they fill it with water, they can check for leaks. They'll put maybe a little bit of pressure on it just in case, or just to, because obviously when things are at capacity or they're being used, when fluid comes into the tank, there's obviously displacement, and as your fluid level rises, there will be head pressure in the top of the tank because of how much fluid there is. We're heading out there. They've apparently flooded up the tank. There is 650 to 700 meters. So, meters is length. No, I'm not even going to get into it, but it's a number that is tripled. So, say, oh my goodness, I'm fumbling this. There's 700 meters in the tank. That equates to 700,000 liters of water. And we're currently going to go try and do this job with a pressure truck to continuously pump with a buoy pump. And my semi-vac that only, holds 24,000 liters unless we fill the piping, which we don't want to do. So 24,000 liters of water. This is going to take a while. This is going to take a while. But yeah, basically they fill the tank up, put pressure on it, check for leaks, check for this, check for that, and then they call us and they go, okay, now drain this. So that's today's job. See what happens. Funny story. Get to site on time, sign in, and typical oil field, we get told to wait. So we essentially hurry up and waited, as they call it. Hurry up and wait. Oil field is huge for that. So now we are sitting here waiting to get the go-ahead to start work and start moving all this fluid, aka water. And yeah, I just wanted to I've got my invoices up to date, so I don't need to worry about doing those. Now I'm just kind of trying to catch up on myself. Writing in my day planner here. Actually, you know what? I just want to say something. Even though, yes, I own a business, I own a truck, obviously very busy at work, I highly recommend for anyone and everyone to buy one of these. It's just a simple day planner. They have your days, right? A couple little spots for notes. I personally use this a lot. As I don't know if you can see all that in there. Sometimes I get in there pretty heavily during the weeks. Sometimes I don't. But it's always there for me to look back on. I write everything in here in my day planner, from things that I want to get done in the week, what I want to eat for the next day, so I remember to pick up groceries. I haven't written in here for a while, which kind of bothers me actually, just because I feel like without this and I don't have a plan during my week to look back on, it kind of feels like I'm lost, I guess you could say. As I grow older and things start to evolve and change, I find organization is the biggest thing, even though I'm not the most organized person ever. But I write in here everything from goals to what I need to pay every month, so bills, little motivational quotes every now and again to kind of keep me on the straight and narrow. Everything. Like, for instance, yeah, like right here. So to-do list for September 1st to 7th. Organize bills. I have to buy a box for my 6-liter to make it past safety. So organize bills, make plan for my F-350 truck box, work 60 hours this week, edit and upload one video, upload videos to TikTok, and I want to train twice this week. So last week I didn't cross anything off to show that I have done it, but I'm fairly certain I actually got all that done. I did. actually, which is awesome. So if I wanted to, I could go back and obviously cross that off and, you know, move on with my life. But yeah, at the core basis of this, if you want to get a little more organized in your life and give yourself some structure throughout the week, highly recommend a day planner. They are awesome. I've looked back on this, I don't know how many times now, to remember certain things at certain points that I wrote down that I might have thought I would forget, and I am terrible at remembering things. I basically have the memory of Dory on Finding Nemo. And if I need to prove that, we will ask my girlfriend, because oh boy, without her, I don't think I'd be where I'm at. So, yeah, day planner is really good. And yeah, now we're just gonna kind of, I don't know. We'll either eat or do some training here in the gym, in the truck for arm wrestling, I guess, and kind of just wait. So, oh yeah, right on the money, same spot every time. One more, done. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, seatbelt off, PTO is in, truck's in neutral, brake, and away we go. Alright y'all, I'm trying something out here. Seriously not unloaded yet? Come on! Really? Huh. No, it's there. It's coming. Not sure I like that spot.
Oh, hold on, I'm fucking with my hose.
I just want it somewhere where it's not gonna... There we go. Try that. I think that'll work. Atlanta. Taking forever. Yeah, we're on site. Don't know where I'm at. Don't know really what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm unloading water. You can see a perfect view of the load box here. So obviously, I backed up close enough, and I've got my trailer close enough. Hook into here, which goes into a tank, which I'd love to show you more, but I think this is probably the best I'm gonna get for right now. Yeah, you can see me. Obviously, you can't see the trailer or what I'm doing, but I've got it in pressure right now, and I'm pushing off water into a tank. So hopefully you guys get the gist. Unfortunately, it would be a lot quicker, but they've got a screen implemented into this load line. So basically a screener gets any of the junk, the thick, bigger junk, as opposed to just the fluid going through. So, and hopefully we'll be able to do a range test on these DJI Mic Minis. Oh, let me get here. Oh, don't push air into there. Done. Foul. So I will just talk as I do this. Got the blower off, put the tank down, over here. Did the changeover, so we're in pressure. Might get a little loud. So that right now is alleviating the pressure in my tank. Which will allow me to put it into vacuum and start sucking again. So talked about it, kick the blower back on, allow it to build some air, some back, I guess, with my valves open on the trailer. And 3, 2, 1, kick open the breather on the valve, a little bit of pressure there, just obviously. We'll let it start sucking. Now we got communication that it's sucking. Valve. Open up the take off the fitting. Building vacuum. Open my valve. Back the hose out. Fitting back on. And once we're done that, cap back on our hose and throw the hose back on the deck. Got about 15 pounds of vac on, or 15 inches. Quickly wrap up the ground cable, put the wheel chocks away. So a ground cable prevents you from creating, there is a spark, if I'm not mistaken, it will not allow it to spark, essentially. It's magic. And keep you alive. Alright. Let's check this out. We got 7 lights underneath the drive, 6 under the bunk, 4 under the cab, 3 under the bumper, some air cleaner lights, boys and girls. Woo-wee! We be lit. Oh, nice. Oh, okay.
Well, everyone, that's the end of her for now. Another day, another dollar made, you know. If you guys could do me an absolute huge favor, I'd be more than appreciative and grateful for it. If you could give this page a follow, Driving with Oz, share, like, comment, subscribe. Oh man, that would be awesome. And until next time, keep that shiny side up, keep that greasy side down, and we'll check you on the flip-flop. Come on.